So here we have a young great horned owl, and she's trying to decide who's got her food. She's looking around. Would have been nice if she flew and landed on the glove like she's supposed to, but like I said, she's got some spoiled habits. So I'm going to pick her up now. And I won't actually grab the bird and pick her up. They don't really appreciate being handled in that manner. But what I do is I kind of sweep her up quickly using the leather straps on her legs. All the birds have leather straps that fit comfortably around their ankles called jesses for handling just like this and for attaching to a leash when they're being trained on the glove. And I'm going to offer some chicken to keep her busy. She's a very eager young bird. She has no table manners whatsoever. You can see her using that beak. It's very pointy at the tip and very sharp on the side. Basically like a pair of kitchen shears for tearing meat, for cutting meat. I mean, in simple terms, those are survival skills, right? If you see a picture of a bird and you want to know what it eats, take a look at the beak. That's the tool it has for eating. That's why they're so dramatically different in the wild. And this is how practical they are. She doesn't have her wing on my shoulder because she's being affectionate. She's doing it to balance. While she pulls on the food so she doesn't trip, she uses her wing on my arm. And that noise that she's making, obviously not a hooting sound, so what does it mean? That's a baby sound. This is what a young owl, the sound that it makes to its parents, both when it's in the nest and when it leaves, it's still learning how to hunt, and the parents are feeding it. That's the feeding call. It's a way of begging for food. And basically, she looks at me as a parent because I've had her since she was a little tiny baby owlet, right? So here's the funny thing. In the wild, once a bird was out surviving on its own, it would stop making that noise. There'd be no one to beg from. It wouldn't serve any purpose, and it might actually scare the prey away. So that sound would no longer be in this bird's vocabulary. But because this bird was raised by me and she considers me to be a parent, kind of mom and dad all rolled up in one. Well, actually, that's mom, I'm dad. But the idea is she thinks she has to constantly tell us that she's hungry. She doesn't know she's guaranteed food. She's got it easy. So she makes that sound all the time. And I do mean all the time. The only time she stops making that noise is when she's completely stuffed with food or she's sleeping. And you guys get to hear it and laugh about it, but you don't have to listen to it the rest of the day the way we do. It gets a little old after a while. Great horned owl, called a great horned owl because great as in large in size. It's one of our bigger owls. And also a horned owl because of these two tufts of feathers on top of the head. Not all owls have these. But a bird like this in the forest, let's say she was out hunting all night and she was catching up on a rest during the day, she might sit right up against the trunk of a tree, hold perfectly still, close her brightly colored eyes to make them disappear, and stick these two tufts of feathers up that we call horns, and they change the bird's shape. She wants them to look like tree branches or sticks, so she looks like part of the tree. One of the concepts of camouflage is changing your shape.